Good morning, I'm Charles Lejano. This is One News Now. Deputy Majority Leader and Pampanga Representative Mikey Arroyo is urging the COMELEC to consider postponing the 2022 polls. During the COMELEC's 2021 budget deliberations, Arroyo pointed out that it's impossible to hold elections without risking massive transmission of the coronavirus. The lawmaker added that the COMELEC can't count on the public to go out to register or cast their votes because they're afraid they might be infected with the deadly virus. With the COMELEC, but with the two chambers of Congress. Still, Arroyo said it would be better if the COMELEC recommends the postponement so that the public would not conclude that lawmakers are simply colluding to stay.
Also, I believe that since the health situation,
The Labor Department supports calls to downgrade the quarantine status of Metro Manila to modified GCQ by October. Speaking to 1PH's Sa Totoo Lang, Labor Secretary Silvestre Bello III says they have always shared the same stance with the Trade Department regarding this issue. Bello also claims that people in Metro Manila are becoming more health conscious, so it might be safe to relax quarantine rules in the region.
I stood up kanina and said I support the position of Secretary Lopez ng DTI kasi pag may magandang negosyo, magandang trabaho. And I think it's a reason to upgrade yung level natin. Nakikita naman natin na gumaganda ang sitwasyon.
The Department of Agriculture sounds the alarm on the worsening threat of African swine fever in the country. During the Laging Handa briefing on Thursday, Agriculture Secretary William Dar said new cases have been recorded in Albay, Laguna, Quirino, Quezon, Batangas, and Cavite. Dar admits that this outbreak is already affecting the hog supply in the country. He added that the department has tapped hog raisers from Visayas and Mindanao to ensure enough supply in Luzon. Despite this, the DA assured the public that pork products in the market are safe because the National Meat Inspection Service examines these before distribution. But if the shortage continues, Dar says they are open to importing pork products from other countries.
Dalawang strategies palagi, di ba? Yung pagtulong dito sa local hog industry. That's why may restocking na ginawa po natin. Tuloy-tuloy po yung pagtulong natin. Pero because of the SF, talagang may pagbababa yung hog inventory natin. So, ang isang strategy ay kung mga countries na walang ASF, ay pwede naman punuan yan galing sa ibang bansa. During this time na kulang tayo ng pork or pork products.
We'll be back with more stories after a short break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. LRT Line 1 is ramping up contact tracing efforts among passengers by launching a new feature in the Ikot Manila app. To tell us more about this, we have Gerard de la Peña. He's reporting live from Mandaluyong. Gerard, good morning. What do you have for us?
Good morning, Charles. Well, the LRT Line 1 management has upgraded its app to allow for contact tracing among its passengers. Well, the Ikot Manila app was launched sometime last year as a guide for commuters on train availability and schedules, among others. Now, the new contact tracing feature is added to save passengers from the hassle of having to manually write down their names and contact details before they board the trains. The feature may work without internet access, and users just have to turn on their Bluetooth connection to use the service. The app will then prompt the user to request identity, wherein he or she may see other users within range. The system takes note of the people in close contact with one another. The app also has an option for passengers to report if they test positive for COVID-19. Then the app will notify and advise possible close contacts to undergo self-isolation. The LRT management says the feature complies with privacy laws as all identities remain confidential. Aside from the contact tracing feature, the app has also allowed direct access to sakai.ph so the commuters may know how to navigate the streets, especially now that public transportation remains limited. Well, Charles, the app, this feature is available right now on Android and soon on iOS. The authorities are urging the public to download and use the app in order to aid in curbing the spread of COVID-19. Charles.
Thanks for that, Gerard. That was Gerard de la Peña reporting live from Mandaluyong. And just in time for the Christmas season, the Bangko Sentral is set to enforce an annual interest rate ceiling of 24% on all credit card transactions starting November 3. This means credit card holders only need to pay up to 2% interest each month for all of their transactions. This 2% ceiling also applies to outstanding credit card balances, but does not include credit card installment loans. The policy also enforces a maximum processing fee of 200 pesos per transaction. BSP Governor Ben Diokno explained that this initiative is aimed to ease the financial burden on MSMEs amid the pandemic. The IATF has finally given its nod for the PBA to restart its season under a bubble setup. Testing czar Vince Dizon confirmed that the IATF has given provisional authority to restart the Philippine Cup, the 45th season of the PBA in Clark City, Pampanga. The bubble will span the entire 200-hectare-wide Mimosa Estate, which is home to 2 championship golf courses, as well as the Quest Hotel, for the exclusive use of the PBA. It also includes the Angeles University Foundation Gym, where games, practices, and scrimmages will be held. Dizon says there's no need to worry about the fact that the league was only given provisional authority since they're just waiting for the PBA to finalize safety protocols for the restart.
Huwag ko kayong mababahala dun sa word na provisional. Kailangan lang amendahin yung protocols na yon. Pero since mas stricto nga yung gagawin sa PBA at mas safe siya, mas stringent, then may authority na ang PBA na mag-begin, no? Dahil nga dahil ang provisional ngayon dahil kailangan i-adjust ngayon yung agreement ng GAB at ng DOH para ma-reflect yung mas stricter provisions dun sa PBA bubble.
The final team lineups will be released tomorrow, and all players should be in the bubble by October 10 at 11:59 p.m. Anyone who does not meet this deadline will no longer be allowed to enter the bubble. Doubleheader games in the elimination round will begin on October 11 at 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. For all that, everyone who will enter the bubble needs to undergo RT-PCR testing, a 5-day home quarantine while waiting for the results to come out. And when they get to Clark, they'll undergo another round of RT-PCR testing and another strict quarantine if they get cleared for practice. During the bubble, everyone will undergo RT-PCR testing every 2 weeks. Will have to log in to the Stay Safe app for contact tracing. PBA Commissioner Willie Marshall warns players, coaches, PBA officials, media personnel, hotel staff, and service providers that violating any of these protocols will result in hefty fines.
Yeah, kahit sino lumabas, kahit sino, staff, TV crew, player, automatic 100,000. Players, pati sigurado, yung staff din, yung sa TV5, walang sweldo for 1 month. Okay? Players, sa susunod na conference, 5-game suspension without pay pa rin.
For more updates, visit News 5, Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. And you can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com. Stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. We are One News.